All right, I gotta actually, because the stream just crashed on me, I gotta go fix some stuff. So I'll leave introductions to you if you wouldn't mind. Camera's on you, and I'm tabbed out.
Hey now, no problem. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our second game in this best of 3 matchup, the round of 32, maybe the round of 16. Not sure. This is the Red Bull New York City Battlegrounds Qualifier, spawning upper left-hand corner of the map. Up 1-0 in the series currently, in the blue trunks, teamless third player, LzGaMeR. And his opponent, from the clan, in the red trunks, down 0-1 in the series. Gonna have to make a forceful comeback here. See if he goes for the same type of strategy as before. It is Mintograde.
And I have controlled things again. I apologize for that. Thank you, Doom, for the lovely introductions.
No problem.
And of course, while we wait for this game to get underway, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, if you're a diamond or higher player in North America, I encourage you, go sign up for Qualifier number 3, Qualifier number 4, and compete in the Red Bull Battlegrounds. Yes, this might only be the Qualifier, but who the hell cares, because you're going to have a lot of fun playing StarCraft 2.
I would do it if I wasn't casting.
Yeah, I mean, I would lose probably first round. I would still have fun. I mean, imagine, like, getting seeded against your favorite player. I think some people think it might be a waste of time, but me, personally, like, if I got to play a game versus Polt, when is that ever going to happen again, right?
Yeah,
like,
seriously. I know, no offense, Rifkin, but we're not getting a Grandmaster anytime soon.
No,
so.
no, not as casters. Too much time spent watching StarCraft, not enough time playing it. My fingers, they've got them rusty bones.
I'm too old to get into Grandmaster, that's my excuse.
Oh, will LzGaMeR go for a hatch block again, I wonder? I don't think so.
No. Judging by the way the drone is moving, he's going to opt to go for that earlier third base. And I think this is a way more optimal way to play. You know, the block is cool, it delays your opponent and everything, but this is really going to be him playing to his game, going 3 hatches before he even drops down that first spawning pool. The only spawning pool, I should say.
Well,
so in this situation here...
Drone is trying to hide in the corner, wants to go back for more scouting, but as we see, even though it was out of vision, Mintograde knew where to look. But okay, taking his own third hatchery this time. A little bit bold against someone who goes for a gateway opener, but by keeping his drone here, keeping his eye on the base of his opponent, making sure that it's not going to be a 4-gate, LzGaMeR will get away with his third base.
And he's got good scouting out with the Overlord, seeing exactly what his opponent's doing. So in the know, and we'll have to see if Mintograde is a, different player when he's able to execute his game plan. Of course, in the last game, saw LzGaMeR kind of push the pace of the game in the direction that he wanted to go. But I was really impressed by Mintograde's ability to delay that third base. But I was even more impressed by LzGaMER's forward thinking to just say, hey, screw it, I'm only on lings, I'm gonna have to do something off of 2 bases. And rather than say to try to force the situation with mutas, he went straight for freaking Ultralisk off of 2 base, Rifkin. How often do you see that happen?
But it was kind of expected when you open with a very heavy ling style and you upgrade so heavily into them. There's only one way you can go, and the problem was Mintograde should have seen this coming. By what he was fighting on the field consistently, he should have known that that was going to be the next step. But of course, a little bit too late with his transitions. I mean, if he made a smart move.
Going for Storm rather than the Robo with Immortals, yeah, I could definitely see where he kind of saw the hiccups there. But now he knows that's a possibility in the cards. So.
I would love for Mintograde to go with air on this map, though. He saw how well LzGaMeR handles himself on the ground. I mean, game 2 it's risky, but also at the same time safe. I know it's like, Rifkin, what are you saying? That's retarded. It doesn't even make sense. But listen, hear me out. If you go for air and you're not comfortable with it, if it's not your go-to, then you could lose the game no matter how great your composition is. But if you're okay with your air control, if you can play Sky Toss well, get Phoenixes, be harassive, suddenly LzGaMeR, yeah, he'll still flood with lings, but he's going to lose everything at home in the process. So Phoenix are never a bad choice, but we don't see LzGaMeR doing that this time. In fact, throwing down the Roach War and going to change it up entirely. I like this.
Cheeky little play he's doing here where he's blocking off his opponent from getting that third base established easily, or he's going to have to, suboptimally knock down these 2,000 hit point rocks before actually taking a third base. So LZ, once again, maybe not going immediately to divert his opponent's game plan, but planning for the later stages of the game. But Mintograde looks like he's got plans of his own here, moving across the field with a lot of sentries, Rifkin.
Yeah, the problem is an early sentry push is shut down pretty nicely by Spinecrawlers. However, LzGaMeR is not putting them all up in the same spot. One coming down here at the third, one coming down here at the natural. I mean, these will work to deter, but Metabolic Boost is not finished. There's no way for him to close in on these sentries, and Roaches are coming out, but they're not here yet.
They're going to come out in piecemeal.
Oh, he could knock down this base. He could force field, and he could recall out if necessary, but...
I really like this move here from Mintograde. We're going to see if he can possibly do something here. The Spinecrawler is pecking away at that first out, though. Roaches are going to pop, not going to be able to get any hits off before they go down.
Okay, did get a hit off at the very least, but yeah. Force field is going to be so important. It's really important he recalls, though. He cannot lose these very... This is 500 gas invested in this, and he's going to lose one sentry. Going to lose 2 sentries. Gonna lose a 3rd sentry before the recall goes off, I fear. Nope, not focusing that one down, but still not worthwhile in the end. Mintograde, who had the potential for a really cool attack, did not pan out.
Imagine if that Mothership Core went into that Spore Crawler with the Queen Fire and it went down for the recall. It would have been tough, but definitely not the case here. In the meantime, LzGaMeR going to moving into the national. Like, what are you doing behind that? He's got to be thinking, okay, guy just threw away a lot of gas. You can't really advance his tech as much as you may like to, but regardless, we do see Mintograde advancing his tech along pretty well. +1 ground weapons upgrade coming, robotic facility on the way, Twilight Council about to finish up. Curious to see what he'll do with that Twilight Council Rifkin, if he'll go for something like a tech there, or if maybe he'll drop down a Dark Shrine. And it is going to be Blink, so no Dark Shrine.
Yeah, well, not only just the Blink, but Dark Shrine is... It's got 2 very specific placements in the game where it's really useful. It's either very early or very late. You don't see a lot of mid-game Dark Shrines because it gives it away. Your opponent sees 1 Dark Templar, not a problem. But if you come back later, surprise your opponent, they've got no detection. In the late game, that's the best way to utilize them. As we saw, like... Okay, I want to point out, yeah, Mintograde tapped out of game 1, but the Ultralists were getting cleaned up by those Dark Templar. If he didn't lose the base, he may have even stayed in that game, but... looks like it's going to be Templar Archives again, going for Storm Tech, I feel. Going to be kind of interesting. If this is Roach Hydra, it'll be a not bad choice, but for now, these Roaches...
Securest decision here from Mintograde. Rifkin +1 attack weapons upgrade is not done. 2 more seconds left on it. Looks like he's trying to wait for it. Okay, now it is completed. Blink hasn't completed yet, though, so I'm not sure if he wants to take the engagement.
Without a pylon, without a Warp Prism, no reinforcements. Mintograde, man. Where are your proxies at, my friend? Guardian Shield is popped. Looks like he's going to try and take a fight or a big misclick. No, it's going to be a fight, but...
Still got a recall in the event, but LZ's got a great split on his units here, and there it is. It's going to be the immediate recall saying, okay, I can't make this work.
Didn't need to, though. Like, if he just backed up and never took that engagement.
Maybe trying to catch his opponent in between drone rounds, because we do see LzGaMeR with a significantly low drone count off of 3 bases here. He is about to make 12,
about to be
around
70
12,
plus,
so
but
yeah. Just on 55 at this point, 61 probes on the field for Mintograde, and it looks like LZ's going to push, across the field with his Ling Roach composition. But I kind of like the position here to defend for Mintograde better than I like him being aggressive. And if he can just try to stay on even bases with LZ, figure out that LZ's taking this 4th base, he may be able to make some strides to come back in this game. But definitely feels like he's behind at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's an Immortal on the field, there's Stalkers, there's Sentries. In every regard, Mintograde's great at defending, but as far as pushing out goes, he's just not going to be able to cut it out, or pull it off. Now, Roach Speed's about to finish, which is a bit curious, because this is kind of late when you consider 3 bases early on like this, but I actually really enjoy that LzGaMeR took the macro hatchery at the 3rd base location. This is a very vulnerable spot that so often gets cut off, and if you need reinforcements within, that's one way to do it. But rather than taking his own pocket base, going to keep that as a much safer later game base that has instead taken both of the southern bases. And I think a large part of this comes in the fact that he knows Mintograde's not been able to move across the map. He's not been able to establish any form of map control. And LzGaMER's just capitalizing on that.
Hallucinated Phoenix will scout out the composition of what LzGaMER's tech is going to be as we move further. Is going to see the Infestation Pit. Is going to see Spire. Not sure if he clicked on it though, but
big wrap around. No storms available. Sentries are throwing force fields left and right, but Blink Stalkers do escape, only to leave their Immortals behind. The really essential part of this.
Just leaving that guy out to get destroyed. And now the third base is going to be opened up for an attack from LzGaMeR.
Third base is going to fall because look at the reinforcements. A flood of Lings just going to hold these units in place. He might blink, but the Lings will get right on top of them immediately. Photon Overcharge does go down, but good game well played is called, and a 2-0 victory to LzGaMeR.
Wow, quick one there. LzGaMeR forcefully taking the victory and moving on further into the tournament. So curious to see how he'll do against a little higher grade of opponent, but it's going to be a very good momentum for him moving forward in the tournament.